Thank you so much for being here today. We are so thankful for the chance to honor some students today. And this is an opportunity that we do not take lightly. I'm so fortunate as a school counselor here at Loveland High School to be surrounded with a faculty that honors kids in multiple pathways. And this is a pathway of honor. This is a pathway of courage and dedication. This is a pathway that's about sacrifice. And we know that the students who are seated up here today, who will be introduced by their recruiters, we do that on purpose because they've certainly formed a bond and a connection over the past few months. But the students who are going to be introduced to you here today are certainly very, very special members of the class of 2021. So it is an honor to honor them. It is a joy to have you join us today. For those who were unable to make it because of maybe distance or COVID restrictions, whatever it might be, we're very thankful that we have a couple folks who are going to be videotaping today's presentation, and then we will post it via the school counseling Twitter account. So if you're not sure how to get to that, simply go to lovelandschools.org, hover over high school, and then go to the Office of School Counseling, and our Twitter feed is right there. So we would like to introduce a few guests today. First, it's an honor to have Representative Schmidt here today honoring these students. Let's give her a round of applause. We'd like to thank our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brad Nevin. Principals Peggy Johnson and Eric Fry. And Jamie Gordon and myself, our school counselors, we represent our team of Amy Mason, Jamie Hamilton, of course, Jamie Gordon and myself. We, as a team, really appreciate this. And we have another person from our faculty we'll introduce here in just a second because he's got a special role to play. So thank you to our leaders. Thank you for being here today. And now, Mrs. Gordon, if you go ahead and go to the next slide, we are going to stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And now, a quick word of encouragement from our principal, Mrs. Johnson.
Again, we have a lot of different things we celebrate for young people as they leave high school, but this is one of our favorite that the administration and counseling department started a number of years ago, maybe 5, this may be our 5th one. So again, thank you all for coming, but most importantly, thank you for raising these young people here today that have made a decision that ultimately benefit all of us in the democracy in which we live. They are the people who protect the freedoms that we all want and deserve, and we don't take lightly what they are doing as 17 and 18-year-olds for not only their high school community, the community at large, and certainly our country. So to all of you, we are pretty honored to do this. So without further ado, let's start honoring the people who are here to be honored today. And we are fortunate enough, we are going to start. Again, we have a staff member here who you're going to meet who's going to talk, and also we have a 1961 Loveland graduate who left high school in his senior year to go to Vietnam. So, thank you guys. Thank you.
So our order today, we're going to recognize our veterans today who are in the audience, and Mrs. Gordon will do that in just a second. Mrs. Johnson alluded to a special recognition for a veteran who's here today, who we will tell a little bit more about in just a second. We will then honor the students through an encouragement by Mr. Dave Volkman, who I'll introduce in just a second. And then after that, we will introduce each of our students who have made a commitment to enlist. This is a particularly awesome year because all the students before us are enlisting. They're not saying, I'm going to do this in conjunction with college or something like that. They could certainly later, and that'll be explained by recruiters. But these are folks who are going to go active duty right away. So we'll introduce those students after this. So we will go ahead at this time and recognize our veterans.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. It is my honor to introduce the veterans who are here to support their young men and women who are going to serve in the armed forces. As I call your name, if you are able, please stand to be recognized. Walter Galladay. Jim Flanders. Dave Volkman. Kendra Herman. Ann Collins. Harlen Hayes. Mr. Hayes, if you could make your way towards the center here, that would be fabulous. As you are doing that, if there are any other veterans in the audience that we did not get your name, please stand at this moment. Thank you.
As alluded to, Mr. Hayes made a sacrifice for our country in 1961. And we became aware of that. And Mrs. Gordon, if you'd be so kind, let's go to the next slide. Thank you. Through Mrs. Johnson, that Mr. Hayes left high school having only needing to complete government, ironically enough, in order to get his high school diploma, but he left in order to serve our nation as one of the first people to go to Vietnam. And so we felt it very fitting today to not just recognize him for his service, but also to award him a Loveland High School diploma, honoring him and recognizing that he truly did learn a great deal about government through his time in service, and he learned it as well in school too. So please help me in recognizing Mr. Hayes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you to everybody. I want to wish all the military people here good luck in their careers, and special thanks to Peggy Johnson for bringing this all together, and my daughter for coming up from Georgia to be with me. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. We also are thankful to have a veteran on our faculty who I've gone to for years. This is my 9th year in Loveland, and each year I gain a little bit more wisdom about acts of service, aspects of West Point, other things that are pertinent to students that they are making their plans for the future, especially students who choose to serve. It is an honor to introduce Mr. Dave Volkman, a graduate of Loveland High School in 1982, the United States Military Academy in 1986, serving as an armor officer active duty from 1986 through 1991, serving in civil affairs as an officer in Army Reserves from 1991 to 2014. His deployments included Afghanistan in 2004 and 2005, in Iraq in 2010 and 2011. Mr. Volkman will offer our encouragement for our students this year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for inviting me today, Mr. Mitchell. I appreciate that. It's an honor to be here. And first off, I'd like to congratulate the parents and thank you for raising the fine young women and men that we have up here with us today. It says a lot about the values that you instilled in them, that they're taking this momentous step in their lives. And for these future Marines and soldiers and sailors, and I detect the absence of, do we have any airmen? going in today? Okay. You have taken the first step on a rewarding but tough journey, and that says a lot about you. You are setting aside self for service. And you're joining a long line of Loveland High School graduates who have done that both in peacetime and wartime. I hope you've all taken the time to watch our display outside. We've got nearly 300 veterans of Loveland High School who have served from World War II until the present. And I hope to put your picture up there once you have graduated from boot or basic, and we'll have you up there and keep us updated what you're doing. As Mr. Mitchell introduced me, I'm a government teacher here at the high school, but more importantly for today, I was once you guys. I was a 17-year-old who signed on the line, full of motivation, full of determination, full of optimism, and honestly, a little bit of fear, a little bit of uncertainty, because you've heard the stories from your recruiter and from other people about what boot and basic's going to be like, and about deployments and about training. And I thought then, and you probably think now, that this is not going to be the easiest thing that I've ever done in my life. But easy, I hope, is not what you signed up for, because it will not be. And the other veterans in the audience will attest to this, that there are a lot of challenges for you in the years ahead. Boot and basic are going to be tough at the time, but they're going to end up being easy in retrospect. You're going to have some very tough training. You're likely to deploy, whether it's on a peacekeeping operation or God forbid, another war, but this is the profession that you're going into. And after 32 years in uniform and 4 deployments, I will testify that it's a challenge, and you are going to be able to do this, because I know this about all of you, is you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine because you're going to be better than fine, because you've got what it takes to do this. You're full of determination. You're full of all of these things that are going to make it work out. And you have signed up to go and do this tough thing. You're ready for this tough thing. And you'll be better than fine. You're going to come out of this stronger, more committed, a broader perspective on life, deeper understanding of the values that make America what it is, more than you can imagine right now. And you're going to have experiences that you're never going to forget, and make friendships forged in the fire of training and deployments that are going to be some of the deepest and most important relationships of your life. You'll always have your family here. You'll have your friends back home to support you. You're going to have teammates, squad mates, wingmen, shipmates that are going to be there with you. And as you go through these challenges, they'll be there with you and help you get through them. And you're going to take some hits that are going to hurt, but they're going to make you, I hope, even stronger than now. With that determination, that optimism, that strength and desire you have, I just wish you the best. When you put on the uniform of our armed services, you become something much bigger than just yourself. You join a team. You're dedicated to protecting this country. You're taking an oath to support and defend our Constitution, our values. And no matter which service, what's your military occupational specialty, what's your rating, you are all crucial to defending our values and for other people to be able to do their job. And you are joining something that is just an incredibly noble goal. And so I'm just going to leave you with one parting piece of advice: is you're going to meet a very nice person wearing this funny looking round hat. And they're going to be your drill instructor, and they love you, they want the best for you, and they want the best from you. And they're going to have a funny way of showing that, but listen to them. Give them your best. And when you get out to your unit, you're going to get a squad leader, a platoon sergeant, a first sergeant. You're going to get an entire chain of command that wants you to be your best. They need you to be your best. We need you to be your best for this nation, to defend what we've got. Always improve your foxhole. Always get better. Improve your craft. Do your job. Do it the best you can, because we are counting on you to defend freedom's frontier. And always remember, here at Loveland High School, we are darn proud of you guys. So congratulations to all of you.
This next part's my favorite. I'm sure it's yours too. I got to be honest, we love this. These students are the reason we're here, and their recruiters are dynamite. We're fortunate, I say that truly, in this area, to have recruiters that don't lie to kids. At least I don't think about things. It's not just camping in the woods. It's not that for basic training. So they don't tell the kids those same things. They're telling them the truth about what this step of service looks like. And I'd like to honor one recruiter who's here today. He came, he didn't have to. We actually might have a student who's just weighing the option for the Air Force, but he's not quite there yet, and we honor those kids who have made that step officially. But we'd like to thank, before we move on to those, again, who are signed today, we'd like to thank Staff Sergeant Cody Bailey for his work with the Air Force. So we go in alphabetical order now by branch, recognizing each student individually, and the recruiters do a great job with this. They know the students. They've been working with the students. And even some of our students who are not here today because they're already, let's say, at basic training because they chose to graduate early. We have some who've been to basic and are here today. That's really exciting. And we'll, again, we'll let the recruiters introduce them. But we have a certificate for them from Loveland High School that will be presented to them by the recruiter, and each recruiter will speak a little bit about each student individually. The first recruiter I'd like to introduce to you and recognize. So I've been in education for 23 years, specifically serving with military information here at Loveland High School for 9. In all of those years, I've yet to see any recruiter get 7 students into their branch in 1 year. So I'm not exactly sure what Staff Sergeant Vaughn has shared with the Marines, our future Marines up here, but I know it's the truth. And I know he's got a special enthusiasm for this, and he's a dedicated Marine. And so please help me in welcoming Staff Sergeant Vaughn, who will introduce our students.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. How are y'all? Awesome. My name is Staff Sergeant Vaughn. I'm with the Marine Corps. I'm the recruiter over in Eastgate. I've been out here for almost 2 years now, and it's a lovely part of town, and I enjoy what I do a lot. Definitely, the schools are very welcoming. Loveland, I say, is the most welcoming. I appreciate everything Mr. Mitchell does. He's definitely a big help and is always out to aid me in anything I could do to be able to reach out to the students as well. But I want to start off with introducing these currently enlisted young men that have chosen to step up to be United States Marines. Yes. Okay, you want to start with the first 2?
No, we'll go out.
Okay, all right, so this will be the Certificate of Achievement for Cameron Clark. He is currently, he's already graduated. He's obtained the title Marine, and he is at his schoolhouse training of infantry as well. He's actually about to complete that here in the next 2 weeks, and he'll be back home for 10 days to be able to walk around in this nice, pretty uniform and be able to show it off and, you know, tell everybody his experience. All right, this next one will go to Michael Hassert. So if you can stand up. Yeah, come on over here. I'm going to start off with this one as well. So thank you for everything you're doing, man. Definitely. This young man right here looked out for the Marine Corps. I actually didn't even have to find him. A young man knew what he was wanting to do, reached out, and wanted to get information because it's something that he was always looking to do and following the family members' footsteps as well. Big inspiration was his grandfather, as first thing he told me, and he wanted to be able to live up to the standard as well. I have another one as well from the Marine Corps that's going to, I want to be able to present to him as well. I'll go ahead. Since he's the first one, this will be the same for each and every one of the students that I have. I'll go ahead and read this off to you guys. So that's the Marine Corps, thanking him. This is to certify Michael C. Hassert has successfully passed the required mental, moral, physical examinations and has been accepted for enlistment into the Delayed Entry Program of the United States Marine Corps. The defense of our country and our freedoms is the duty and privilege of every citizen. The Marine Corps has a proud tradition of outstanding service to our country in peace and war. Voluntary membership in this elite military organization is a clear demonstration of American qualities and patriotism and loyalty. Awesome, man. Thank you. This young man as well, Dylan Hutzel, he is not here as well. He is graduated early. He is claimed the title Marine right now. He is off to MCT, which is Marine Corps Combat Training, where he'll learn all types of infantry and combat scenarios and weapon systems. His job is at 1371, a combat engineer, where he'll go to Camp Lejeune to further his training, and he is a reservist. So he'll come back after all of his training to be able to go back to to what he's doing, going to college in NKU and becoming a Marine at the same time. Awesome. All right, this young man, Luke LaQuest, come on up. Definitely a very highly intelligent young man. Always outgoing, outspoken. He's never scared to step up to the plate. I don't know, he's a very big chatterbox too. He doesn't seem like it, but I think sometimes he just loves to talk, and he's probably one of the most excited gentlemen I've ever seen, especially when coming in to enlist with the Marines. So I'm going to present you with this. And this as well from the Marine Corps, the same thing that I presented with Michael Hayes.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. Definitely. Thank you for everything you did. Thank you. Excuse me as well. I apologize. Michael Hassert, he is a logistics option in the Marine Corps. That's what he's enlisted to as well. For LoQuest, he is a ground maintenance, ground electronic maintenance as well for the Marine Corps as well. That's what they've enlisted to, and that's what they will be training in as Marines. Next student will be Cole Maliner. Go ahead. All right, this young man, very quiet, but very disciplined, I would say. Very straightforward young man. Doesn't say a lot of words, but he puts out 120% at all times. No matter what I've asked, he's always gone above and beyond what he's told. And that's definitely one of the things that the Marine Corps is definitely looking for. And it's what I saw in this young man. It's definitely something I figured that this young man would definitely fit in the Marines for sure. Thank you. Cole Maliner, he is he is enlisted into the infantry as well. Thank you. All right, next young man, Jack Schultz. Hoorah. This young man right here, I tell you what, I was here on his junior year, towards the end of, right before COVID hit. I was doing a table display. He walked right up to the table, came up to me straight up, handshake and everything, said, good afternoon, sir. I would like the information on the Marines. I was like blown away. I was like, how often does that happen? I had to get to know this young man. Very sociable, has a lot of social skills, very outgoing as well. Definitely an inspiration to a lot of other people. Definitely likes to be able to stand out and show that he's the different person in the room for good reasons. I'm very proud of him. He definitely brings a spark into my pool as well with the Marines. Definitely a leader, I believe, and I definitely see a bright future for him in the Marine Corps. Thank you. Jack Schultz enlisted as a infantryman as well. All right, yeah, next young man is Christopher Timmons. All right, this young man definitely gives me a run for my money sometimes, but I appreciate it though. He gives out in different ways that other students don't. When he sees something, he wants it, he's going to get it. And that's what I like a lot. Definitely a go-getter, definitely wants to make himself different, definitely wants to stand out as well. But when he sees something he wants, he's going to get it. And that's definitely another aspect of what the Marine Corps is looking for. Marine Corps is not a stagnant branch. The Marine Corps is always adapting, overcoming, going different places, doing different things, trying to better itself at the end of the day. And definitely Timmons shows that. Timmons wants that as well, and he's always looking to challenge himself. Thank you very much. Christopher Timmons also enlisted as a infantryman as well for the Marines. All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, thank you for your time, everybody. I appreciate everything y'all do. Definitely to the men and women out here that have served prior to me. I'm here doing the same thing you guys did. I hope that I'm able to, reach what you guys have been able to reach in life and, do good things as y'all have done. Thank you very much.
Next, we'd like to introduce you Petty Officer Flanders. We've gotten to know each other the past few years. Has been a big help as we're sharing information about the Navy with students. And I can say also another first in my 23 years, we've never had a student and a recruiter with the same last name. So Petty Officer Flanders.
Thank you, thank you. Again, my name is Petty Officer Flanders. I'm in the United States Navy. Cincinnati is my hometown, so it's an honor and a pleasure to be able to come back and be able to recruit in the area where I grew up in. Kind of like what Mr. Mitchell said, the first 26 years of my life, there wasn't many other Flanders around other than my family. Joined the Navy, got to come back to my hometown, and sure enough, one of the people I get to put into the Navy, his last name is Flanders. So you don't see that every day. So at this time, I would like to congratulate Max Flanders for enlisting into the United States Navy. He's probably one of the hardest workers in our delayed entry program. I know that he has dedication. I know that he has commitment. We do workouts in our delayed entry program, and he's one of the people who's always finished with the run first, but he always turns around and helps everybody else finish to get across that line. He's super motivating. And I know for a fact that he's going to succeed because I've never seen anybody do a plank for 8 minutes. And that's after everybody else was done. He kept going because he wanted to do it as long as he could. So again, congratulations. I have a check for him here as well for $180,000 that's going to go towards his education while he's in and when he gets out. Here's that. You want to come up here and get a picture with this check, man? And I just wanted to add one more thing. He ships off in August to boot camp, and he's going to be a cryptographic technician for the United States Navy.
Thank you very much.
We also want to let you know, too, there will be an opportunity for photographs up here at the podium with the flags and some of the display items, certainly with the students. So at the end, we'll be glad to do that. Okay, it's always fun to introduce a student through a recruiter, of course, again, who's already made the commitment to serve, has already been to basic, and already has a title like private or private first class. So it's a joy to bring up First Sergeant Dickhouse, who will introduce our student who is enlisted in the Ohio National Guard.
All right, good afternoon. It's truly an honor to be here today. Sergeant Medley couldn't be here. He had personal reasons that he wasn't able to. He was very sad to find out he wasn't able to come, but it's an honor for me to be here on behalf of him. Today we're going to recognize Alice Putoff. You stand up. Sergeant Medley told me about her when she first decided that she wanted to join. She had a lot of challenges. She had a long road ahead of her to join. She had to come through a lot of challenges. And through dedication and hard work, it proved that she was able to prove and make reality come true. So it's an honor to be able to be here to recognize her. On behalf of the Ohio Army National Guard, Major General Harris, Sergeant Major Chambliss, I'd like to give her her certificate as the Ohio National Guard scholarship that's offered her as 100% college tuition of her choice.
Okay, what a joy. to recognize these students, to recognize you now as a family. We realize that the students' commitment to service isn't something that just comes about and willy-nilly. This is something that is often ingrained to them because of the models that their grandparents, their parents, their aunts, uncles, have had in service for years and years and years. So we want to say thank you, families, for your support of these students. We want to say again thank you to our leaders who are here today from our community and our school district. We want to say, of course, now, thank you to you, students, for what you're getting ready to do, for what you're getting ready to accomplish. It is a joy to be able to honor you today. And so with that, let's offer our recruiters and our students one more round of applause.